Hi, welcome to the Lost Birds Knitting Podcast. I'm Allison, also known as Lost Birds on Ravelry or Lost Birds Fiber on Instagram.
Hi, my name is Danielle, and I am Bright D on Ravelry and Lady D Bright on Instagram. Feel free to follow me. And sorry, I got a little bit of giggles because we kind of did like a jump start, and this is our second time, and yeah, I was caught off guard.
Yeah, it's been a crazy day. We're both a little bit flustered, I think. I totally forgot she was even coming over to record, and I hear this tapping on my door, and I'm like, that must be the neighbors. That couldn't be at my door. Yes, it was. My bad. Sorry.
Anyway, I think we both had long days.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's get right into it. We're gonna start with our
flight plan.
Yes, all of our projects for the week.
And boy, howdy, do I have projects.
I do too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to start or should I?
Go for it.
Okay, so I literally just cast on or recasted on my husband's sock or socks. There's going to be more than one. He has 2 feet.
You never want to assume, though. You never want to assume.
And so I cast on 80 stitches, 80. Yes, you heard me correctly. And on for magic looping on 1.5 US needles or 2.25 millimeter needles. And I'm using the Knitterly Things Vesper sock base in the Hellfire colorway. It's a self-striping yarn. I will make this guy focus.
Okay, you gotta like move it in and out or closer. Usually it'll focus if it's closer. Maybe.
Okay, no, I give up.
It's finicky.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. I'll put that to the side for a second. And I have a giant bag, and we're just gonna run through them real quick. So there's gonna be a lot of bending, so I apologize. So I'm still working on my fall socks, and the colorway is It's Fall, Y'all, and it's by the Sock Bunny Fiber Studios yarn, and that is the It's Fall, Y'all, and I'm using the Blueberry Waffle pattern, and that's coming up very nicely actually. But so here is the finished sock, and I'm working on the second one. And I'm sorry I don't have the ball band for that one. I will get better at that. Moving forward, in my Silver Shed Studios bag, in the Phineas and Ferb themed bag, do enjoy myself some Perry the Platypus. And that's right in the middle of the row. That's fantastic.
I feel like I always put my stuff away in the middle of a row. I don't know.
It happens all the time. Anyways, I'm doing I can't really tell with my black shirt. It's the Groovy shawl. And like I said, it's in the middle of the row, so there's more shawl on that side. And it's, wow, you can really see the dog hair on that. And it's made out of the Miss Babs yarn, and I'm trying to remember what her base is called, but the colorway is called the Midnight Hour, and it's a fingering weight, and I'm working on US 4s, and I can't remember the millimeter on that one. But in the same bag is a out of the same yarn, because I have two 2 cakes in here of yarn because it's supposed to be a very large shawl, but I've also decided to confiscate some of the yarn for some fingerless mitts. So there is a wee bit of fingerless mitts. I haven't really decided on the pattern entirely, so I'm just gonna make stuff up as I go along. Because, you know, that's what I do best. Is just make things up as I go. But maybe I'll find fingerless mitt that has like cables on the back or something like that. We'll go with that, yeah. And the giant fat squirrel bag.
Is that the Aran weight you said, or is that just the sweater size?
Sweater size.
Okay.
The Aran weight could literally put like a giant pillow in it.
Okay. I've been eyeballing her bags, so it's just.
So in this bag is the spooled cardigan by Hannah Fettig, and I have one sleeve in the body done, and I'm working on the second sleeve. So the last time that you saw this second sleeve, it was about, I would say about there. So
you made some good progress.
Yeah. I did all this in like one day.
Wow.
Because
that's what happens when there's Christmas. A holiday and you've got
time off. And
relax.
Like my husband is allowing me to just kind of hang out and do TV time because my husband gets
allowing you.
Well, no, like he gets restless and like he wants to go and do something, or you know, let's do this or let's do that, you know.
Fair enough.
It's not really like exploring, it's more like, hey, let's go to the store or let's
get
go
out of the house, huh?
I wish it was more on the exploring side. That would be
yeah.
Cool. And one thing. On the spinning field, I am working on courtly frogs. How come I thought this was country frogs? But it's anyways.
I can see how you might.
Anyways.
That, yeah.
Yeah, I completely and utterly misread that because I think I've shown this on the show before. So
you first got it.
I greatly apologize to those people from the Into the World company. So yeah. It's courtly frogs.
I wonder if it's in the show notes. I'll have to go back and look. I don't even know when that was.
Anyways, it's a merino superwash merino silk blend, and it's 4 ounces or roughly 4 ounces. And so look at that. It says courtly. Everybody can read it except for me, apparently. Moving forward. So I decided to spin this as a single, just straight up, and then there it goes.
There, yeah.
And I'm trying to spin a little bit thicker than I normally do, which is apparently very tough for me.
It is. It's hard once you get used to spinning thin. It is.
And I want to keep the colors.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna chain ply it or Navajo ply it, whatever term that you prefer. So yeah, there is that. And moving forward to finished objects, I have my witchy woman socks.
Oh, you finished them!
Yay! So now that you have, they have been washed, though the dog hair says otherwise. And now I'm gonna stick them on my feet. Because my feet are cold.
Yeah, it's finally cold enough for hand knit socks.
So, and they have been washed and everything like that. And it was actually really funny. We went to a Christmas party and I was working on these and I had the other one, you know, completed in my project bag. And I was showing one of my husband's coworkers and he immediately smelled it.
He smelled the sock?
Yeah, I was like, why are you smelling a random sock?
That's interesting.
But anyways, or we aren't gonna go there. But yeah, so these are 70 stitch, 5x2, with a knit row in between socks with a fish lips kiss heel, and they're roughly a 7.5 women's. Anyways, I don't know why I said
Oh, you
that.
finished it.
Yeah. So this is the skein, or the Fireball colorway that I was working on.
Very pretty.
Let's see if
Is it just 2-ply?
It's just 2-ply. There we go. Cover my face up. There we go. I'll have to take a picture and insert it here. I thoroughly enjoy just how this came out. It's very, very pretty, if I do say so myself. And it came up to exactly 365 yards. Or, excuse me, not exactly, it's 365.6 yards. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it. It plied really quickly. I only had like 2 instances where one of the singles broke, and I had to like fix it. But yeah.
Do you have any plans for it yet?
I'm hoping for a cowl.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's super soft. That'd be perfect.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot that this is the Panda Blend, and it's merino silk bamboo, or merino bamboo silk. There, I said it correctly. And yeah, so it's got like some sheen on it, and it just makes me happy.
It's very nice.
Anyways, and lo and behold, that is it.
Okay. Sorry.
I took you off guard.
Well, I didn't even write down show notes, so I'm sorry. I'm going to be a little bit off today. But anyway, so I cast off my, I don't know what to do with my needle. I'm going to stick it right there.
There you go. If you lose it, we'll have record of it.
I know. Oh, that's where I put it. So I cast off my socks. And this one's inside out because I'm currently weaving in the ends. But there they are. Yay! So other than weaving in the ends, I'm done with them. And I worked on the shift tote. I actually made some good progress. And then I forgot to grab it to show you, but I'll show you next time. But anyway, I made some progress. I worked on it. We won't even talk about it.
In Tarja Hell.
Yes. And then I'm going to lean over here and not show you the project bag that this is in yet, because I'm going to talk about that during our bird's eye view when we go over Christmas, because I have some very cool Christmas stuff. Yeah.
Christmas related things.
But this is some hand spun.
Ooh, pretty.
Yeah, it's a fingering weight 2-ply, and this is from one of my bats, so it's got a lot of different fibers in it. It's a little bit textured. It's sparkly. And I am working on this little baby hat, and it is, I cannot remember the name of the pattern or anybody or the person that wrote it, and that's what I get for not doing show notes. But I will put them in the show notes online, and I'll mention it again. I'm sure I'll either be working on it or have it to show you next time. But it is a free pattern on Ravelry. It's like the swirl and tie hat or something like that. There's a pattern for matching little thumbless mitts, like baby mitts. So I'm gonna do those too. But anyway, that's what I've got so far. It's super quick, and it's an easy it's an easy, repetitive pattern to memorize. So this is, and it looks really cool. I love the twist around, and at the crown, you know, it's got like a swirly twist at the top, so it's super cute. And good for fingering weight yarn. And then, okay, so I'm all about baby knits now that Christmas is over and I've got all my like gifts done. So, okay, I had this idea that I wanted to knit a like a bubble romper. I know it sounds funny, but it's like, it's a romper, you know, like a little onesie type baby thing, but it's kind of bubbly shaped, you know, with little spots for the legs. And I saw a lot of really cute patterns, but none that were like, they weren't just right. And so I decided I was gonna just come up with something and make it on my own. And so this is what I have so far. So it's hard to tell, but this is the top. This is the top, and it's gonna have straps like overall straps. And this is the main body part. It's bubble shaped, as you can tell. And then down here at the bottom are the start of two little legs. Two little leg openings. And it's going to have buttons going across the bottom, so you've got easy access for diaper changes and all that. But anyway, it's just acrylic worsted weight yarn. And this is sort of, I didn't know if it would work, so I'm testing it out. But I would, if it works out and it's cute, I would probably do it in a thinner yarn. This is actually kind of a heavy worsted weight even, so anyway, it's really fun to knit. And like I said, I'm just sort of coming up with the pattern, so there's no pattern to this. But yeah, it's been interesting kind of figuring it out.
Where did you come up with this bubble romper idea? Did
Well,
you
it was
on Pinterest or something?
It was yeah, it's inspired by other people's, but it's funny because I've seen things like this, but a lot of times there's not even a pattern. So, and I couldn't find like just the right pattern, so I don't know. I just decided I'd wing it, yeah, and make it how I want to. That is the beauty of knitting, is that you can make it however you like. So there's that, and I feel like I'm forgetting something. I feel like I've done more than that, but I didn't grab the shift tote to show you, so I did make some progress on that. But yeah, I feel like I've gotten quite a bit of knitting done over this
Christmas break.
Yeah. Yep, so I guess that's all I have for now. So, did you go off course at all?
I didn't really go off course, except for just now when I twist my stitches and casting this
right
on.
Before we started recording.
So that's my off course on that. Unless, of course, you count me cussing up my fireball yarn when it broke with the singles. And I basically had to wet felt the single to try to apply it again. But anyways, that was it's not as eventful as last week, but yeah.
Did I go off course? I don't think so. Not really. I've been good lately. I haven't had to. But then again, it might just be because sometimes I try and move past my mistakes rather than actually going back. I work them into the piece, you know? I work with the mistakes.
Oh, I take that back. There's another one. I like when things come to mind as we're talking. I magic knot a new ball of yarn on the sleeve that I'm working on for this folded cardigan. But I didn't like tension the yarn right in order to get the knot in just the right place.
Mm-hmm.
So I have like this odd hole that is kind of ticking me off just a little bit. So I'm going to have to go in and loosen up the magic knot and see if I can't just not have a knot and weave in the ends or something like that. Because, yeah, I can see it and it stares at me with hateful eyes. And it kind of bothers me a little bit.
I'm sure you'll tweak it out of there.
Yeah, hopefully. But anyways, how was your week?
It was really good. It was, it was Christmas, obviously. So, actually, Colin had to go into work on Christmas.
Bummers.
I know, but the good thing is that he didn't have to stay. So, we actually canceled Christmas at my house on actual Christmas Day, and we were going to celebrate the next day, which would be the same day that people in the Western Hemisphere would have celebrated it. So we were going to celebrate like with our families kind of. But he ended up being able to come home fairly early in the day. So Christmas was back on, and we did we made breakfast and relaxed and opened presents and talked to our families, and basically we're just lazy the rest of the day.
I'm going to say there was no getting out of pajamas for me on Christmas.
Yeah. Yep, it was a good day. And Emrys got lots of new things from his grandparents. Books, and he got a little wooden train set, which he loved. He got lots of cars. He's obsessed with cars. So he was thoroughly entertained for the rest of the day, and it was awesome. And what else has happened? Christmas, they do sort of celebrate Christmas in Japan, but it's not like a national holiday like it is in the States. People still go to work, and it's not like a big family holiday. It's
a big fried chicken holiday.
It's a big fried chicken holiday. The tradition in Japan.
By the way, that's the title
fried chicken holiday.
Fried chicken holiday.
Yeah, that is the Japanese tradition. Were you the one that told me KFC? They have KFC here in Japan, and they do as much business on Christmas or in December as they do the rest of the year. I mean, it's no joke. Like, you go in and you pre-order your chicken, and then you pick it up on Christmas. Otherwise, you're waiting like hours for your chicken. So
I didn't leave the house, but I had somebody tell me that they couldn't get like around the block by the KFC that's on 329.
We have a KFC and a Moss Burger. Moss Burger is a Japanese burger chain.
And it's like funky burger stuff. Like, they put a hot dog on top of a burger.
They're very Japanese burgers. Yeah, they have like special ones that come and go. But the Moss Burger, like the Moss Burger, it's a burger with lettuce and tomato and whatever. But it has this special like tomato-y sauce. It's not ketchup, and it's not salsa, and it's not marinara. It's some tomato sauce.
It's the Moss secret sauce.
Yeah, it's the Moss. It's the secret Moss sauce. So, and Moss is MOS. But anyway, they also do fried chicken, and so they do a Christmas fried chicken thing too. Although I don't think it's as popular as
it's KFC.
But we have a KFC and a Moss Burger like
on
right
the same
next to
street.
each other in walking distance of our house. So Colin totally believes in the my husband. He embraces the fried chicken tradition, and he went to Moss Burger instead of KFC. I think partially because he really likes Moss chicken, and partially because it's less crazy than KFC. But anyway, how did we get off on this chicken tangent? I totally forgot what I was talking about now.
I completely and utterly interrupted you. That's how we got on the chicken tangent.
Okay, well,
but we were talking about how Christmas is in Japan.
Oh, okay. So it's not a big family holiday in Japan. The big family holiday is New Year's. So New Year's is when the Japanese take like multiple days off, and actually Emers's daycare is off all this week. So
I'm gonna say it took me 15 minutes to get home today.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, but try and go to a store and it's crazy.
Forget it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I saw the parking with the Sane on 329.
Oh yeah.
Forget it.
Yeah. I'm really happy that we live like within walking distance of a lot of things, including a grocery store. So we don't have to drive, which is nice, or park. But anyway, so New Year's is the big holiday in Japan, and we have Emers's off daycare. So he's been keeping me very busy. So I got a lot of knitting done over Christmas, but I don't think I'll get much done this week. I haven't even had a chance to use some of my new Christmas gifts here. And because Colin is still working, so anyway, we've been busy. We went to the park today with a friend, and I don't know. I'm so pregnant that it's.
I'm sorry, I'm squeaking.
I'm so pregnant that I'm like. It's starting to get hard for me to keep up with him a little bit, just because like I can't move as fast. Bending over is harder. I just get tired quicker, you know? And so we've been in the house probably a little too much. I hate to say it. So I'm going to try and get out more this week, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. I don't know. Shall I talk about my Christmas items now or during?
I don't have a mail call, so might as well.
Okay, why don't we save that till the end? I'll show you guys the stuff I got for Christmas at the end when we would normally do our mail call, because technically it's all
mail.
I'm
gonna say that's how things get out here.
Yeah. So that's all I have then. How about you? How was your week?
Okay. So my week was a short week in terms of work stuff. So I had that half a day on Christmas Eve, and then I had Christmas off, and then Friday I had to go in and settle and talk to some ATMs, and it was actually really funny because anytime that I have to go and settle ATMs, I have to have an armed escort with me, because I'm dealing with the ATM cartridges. And so
which are like they have the money in them.
Yeah, they have the money in them.
Okay.
They're the things that spit out the money. Okay. Anyways, so when I was, one of our ATMs is on the Navy base here, or one of the Navy bases here. There's more than one, right? It's Shields and something else, right?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
One of our ATMs is on the Navy base here, and sorry, I'm leaning. Anyways, and my armed escort is Marine PMO, or what does PMO stand for? They're a police unit. And so when we were trying to get in through the gate on the Navy base, the person at the gate was having issue with the Marine unit being there without telling them that they're being there. I'm like, really? I'm like, I have been settling ATMs every other week for the last year and a half, almost 2 years. And this is the first time that I've had an issue with, basically police jurisdiction problems. I'm like, dude, we're just doing something very short. We get in, get out, get on our ways. Because, nobody wants to work more than they have to, essentially. Really. So we got held up doing our jobs, essentially, because this one person. So I was like, what is going on? So, and then we had some technical issues at the branch, but so yeah, that was really weird. Saturday was good. It was another pajama day for me, and so we didn't really go anywhere or do anything. So I was able to get some knitting done. So
nice.
And some cleaning done. I was able to catch up a little bit, so that was very nice. And then on Sunday my branch lost power, so I had to go into work, and so this whole week I've talked to, I think, 5 different maintenance people, because we essentially blew a circuit breaker, but it was Sunday.
Well, no one was in the building.
And nobody was in the building, and all of our some of our lights are off. Only the security lights are on. The computers were off. We weren't creating as much of a load on the circuit breaker than we normally do. It was actually less.
Yeah,
so
that's very strange.
Yeah. So I've had to tell several maintenance people there is no space heater in the branch. There is no stove or any heating unit in the branch. So we're like, sorry to disappoint you, but we don't have any heating unit or anything like that in the branch.
No simple answer there.
Yeah, exactly. So they're like, yeah, we have no idea. I'm like, that's totally cool, but do you mind making sure that it doesn't happen again? I don't know, put a higher amp on the circuit breaker or something. Amp load. That's how it works, right? 20 amp,
do not
30 amp.
Do not ask me.
That's what I understand. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Do we have any electricians watching the show? Anyways, Monday was relatively uneventful for me, except for we had knit night, and that was fun. I don't know. I just love to get together and just kind of shoot the breeze with the ladies. Yeah, but we had some. So our knit night meets in technically a bar, but
it's closed on the night that we meet.
It's not a functioning bar on knit night, but we just kind of hang out on the sofas there. So there must have been some serious spillage or something over the holiday, because the couches were not very fresh smelling.
And they never are, but if you're making special note, that's a bad sign.
It got to the point where one of the ladies had to like move from the area because it was kind of stinky, and we're like, ugh. But yeah, so that brings us up to the present. But one of the things I did want to note real quick, like, was how crazy the post offices were. We, on Christmas Eve, the post offices, we went to the one on Kadena, Air Force Base Kadena, and they're open until until 10
p.m.
10 p.m. on Christmas Eve, and there was so many people waiting in line to pick up packages, and they had a truck delivery, I think, later in the evening, so they were like waiting for the post office people to go through this truck that just got delivered, and just people are just crazy.
Because people order their Christmas gifts online and then they don't show up, so they're panicking, and because it's Christmas Eve, hoping their gifts are going to be there. Yeah, Colin, luckily we got everything. People were on the ball and everything was
smooth.
Yeah, arrived in time or ahead of time. But you really do have to ship stuff early to get it here. But he ordered something that he knew wasn't going to get here by Christmas, but he was really excited to get it anyway. So he's been checking like every day. So yeah, it has been crazy. Even after Christmas, it was still crazy because the gifts that didn't arrive, people are still hoping they'll come like the next day or something. So yeah. Anything else?
Nope, that's it for me in terms of my bird's eye view. Do you have any bird calls?
Not well. Okay, I'm gonna give a bird call to my cousin. This is a sweatshirt. It's a fundraiser that one of her friends is running, and you can get these sweatshirts. But my cousin is fighting lymphoma, and so my mom actually gave this to me for Christmas, so I thought I would wear it in support of her. So she doesn't watch this show, I'm sure, but I didn't even know that she knitted until very recently. So I actually sent her I had knit her a hat out of some hand spun yarn. Well, it was as even more in depth than that. The fiber that I spun into the yarn came from them. I don't know why my aunt bought the fiber to begin with, but she decided she was never gonna. She doesn't spin, as far as I know. She knits a little bit, but she bought this fiber and decided she was never gonna use it, and she knew that I spun, so she sent it to me. So I spun it, and I knit a hat for my cousin, and then I found out that she knitted, and I still had a good amount of the yarn left, so I sent it back to her, and she's gonna knit something out of it now. So anyway, it's kind of cool. But anyway, so I just wanted to I'm thinking about her all the time, and she won't see this, like I said, but if she does happen to see it, Taylor, I'm thinking about you, and I wanted to show my support on the podcast, so there you go.
That is very cool.
Yeah, any bird calls for you?
I don't have any bird calls other than the fact that I know I put this as a note on episode 19, but I wanted to amend my the book that I was reading called The Dirty Life. The author's first name is not Kimberly, like I said. It was Kristen, so it's Kristen Kimball. So there's my amendment.
Yeah. Okay.
So
all right,
my amending bird call.
Okay, and you said you don't have any mail call, right?
I do not have any mail call.
Okay. So this is the fun part where I get to show all my Christmas
I'm
goodies.
excited for you. Like, I'm ready to see all the Christmas things.
So,
One of the things... Go ahead.
These are all things that I chose. Okay, so my mother-in-law is very generous. And she insists, every holiday, she insists that we tell her exactly what we want. And I understand that. You know, like, once you...
reach a certain age?
Yeah, once you reach a certain age, it's hard to buy things for somebody else, you know, because they'll either have bought it for themselves or you don't really know exactly what they want. I don't know, especially my husband, you know, he's just very hard to shop. Men are always really hard to shop for.
Well, and I think that, again, once you reach a certain age, you become more focused towards one aspect or one hobby or something like that.
Yeah, your wants, I guess, are more specific.
Yeah.
So anyway, she insists that we tell her exactly what we want in the form of like a wish list online. So I made a wish list, and she definitely was very generous and got me quite a few things.
Went to town?
Yes. So
I love it.
Here's it's still in the package. Like I said, I haven't even had a chance to use like most of this.
How does that attach?
I believe this. Okay, the opposite side, my wheel's back there. That's the bobbin, right? But on the other side...
Oh, sure, where the secondary whirl is?
Yeah, there's a little, like, nut that holds on a spare whirl. So I think this slides on there, and this, the cup holder is, like, straight out the front of your wheel. So it's still in the package and everything, but so I got a cup holder for my little ladybug.
That was awesome.
Yeah. And my husband's been making fun of me for it ever since, but you know, whatever.
Bang.
That's all right. And then I was really in desperate need of some project bags, so I put a few project bags on my wish list, and here's one of them. This is from the Silver Shed.
Hey, all right.
That was one of Danielle's suggestions, and they have very nice
Go
bags.
Iowa.
I love the lanyard, and I thought this print was really cute. It's like a retro space girl. And these bags are like padded. They're very thick, and it's got a complimentary lining. They're very well made and sturdy. It's like a wedge kind of shape once it's popped out. I don't have anything in this one yet.
I just want to say, like, this one here, I love this one. You're able to put, like, I don't know if you want to put stitch markers in there, but you can, or even, like, your pattern right there.
Yeah, probably your pattern.
Where you can actually see things into here in this pocket. I love that.
Yeah, I didn't see any of those, actually, when I was looking with the clear pocket, but I was looking for sort of medium and larger size bags because I have enough stuff for socks already. But I needed some bigger bags. So I got I have the bubble. I got another bag too. This is what I've got the bubble romper in. But this is from a girl on Etsy, Maria Elena Bliss. I've never heard of her before, but I was looking for project bags, came across hers, and it's also very well made. It's got like super thick interfacing of some sort in it. And these are like made to order, I believe. So, and very reasonably priced for what it is. So you get to choose the fabric. She has some choices, and then again, it's got complimentary lining, and it's just a really sturdy, well-made bag, and it's fairly spacious too. So that's nice. And then I got one more project bag. This is from a shop called. This is what my little baby hat is at the moment, but this is Blooming Poppies, also on Etsy. And she is very kind of I don't know, her fabric choices are very interesting. I like them. Again, complimentary lining, and she's got cute labels and everything. It's a metal zipper, a nice lanyard. I love the lanyard because I really like to be able to put my to hold my project bag around my wrist like that.
The outside fabric almost feels like a denim, or maybe like
yeah, I think it's just like kind of a thicker cotton, but again, it's got pretty good sturdy interfacing in it. Not quite as thick as the other ones, but
it stands up by itself.
Yeah, it does. It's perfectly functional. So I got those project bags. Oh, and ta-da! Yay! I got a set of Hi-Hi's.
I saw you using them on the hat.
Yeah, so I'm using them on the hat and the baby
romper.
Yeah, the bubble romper. So I've already broken those out. I couldn't wait because I knew I was getting all of this stuff, and it was showing up in the mail. So it was kind of torture not to be able to break it out and use it. So immediately on Christmas Day, I did, of course. Things. Yes. But these are the Hi-Hi Sharps. As you can see, there's the missing pairs. But Hi-Hi Sharps, I think these are the 5-inch tips. You have the shorter ones, and I got the longer set. But these are the small sizes, so it goes from US 2 to US 8. And I love them so far. They are wonderful. And then, what else? Okay, I think that's the last thing.
Okay. Do you remember what Megan had for interchangeables?
Yeah, Dayak interchangeables? I think that was what they were called. I had never heard of it before, but they're like solid steel. They're really heavy.
And they went down to 00, right?
Yeah, I think well, I don't know about...
Well, 0 for sure.
In an interchangeable. They went to a really small size in an interchangeable, yeah.
Yeah, it was very... Like, they're substantial needles. Like, they were pretty heavy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say we'll see.
Yeah, I'd be interested in looking into them.
Mm-hmm.
I told you guys I was looking for a new
ball winder,
and Victorian Studio and somebody else. You guys had some really good suggestions, and actually through your links, I found this ball winder, and this is by the Fiber Artist Supply Company. And I also have like nitty naughties made by them, and I have a Yarn Swift, an homage style Yarn Swift by them, which I love. So they I think they do a really good job, and one of the things that I do like about them is they kind of keep their designs simple. Like, they're very functional, but they're simple and easy. Like, this is run instead of by gears, which are obviously harder to replace. It's a drive band similar to like what's on my spinning wheel. So they're inexpensive and very easy to replace. It's wooden, it's sturdy, and it holds it'll hold a really big cake of yarn. So this is the ball winder I got, and I love it so far. Although I haven't really used it. This came on it.
Because I was like, that's some Aran white yarn right there.
Yeah, this just was on it, and I kind of like...
Left it?
Well, yeah, I kind of like unspun it and spun it back on just to test it out, but I haven't even had a chance to really try it out yet, so I'll let you guys know. But It runs smoothly, and this is cool. This is the yarn guide, but it has a little peg, and there are 3 holes on the top here, so you can actually change the position. So you can feed the yarn from different directions, which is very handy if you don't have a place to just leave it set up all the time, which I do not, because you never know what the most convenient spot will be. So it's handy to be able to feed the yarn from different sides. Anyway, that's my new ball winder. Sweet. And so that's all my fiber related Christmas goodies, but there are some good ones, huh?
Yes.
I was very blessed by generous gifts this year, so did you get any goodies that you want to talk about?
Sure. My husband has a pair of wireless headphones that I have notoriously stolen over the last couple of months.
Oh, one of those gifts.
So he decided to give me my own wireless headphones.
That's what you call the hint gift. Like, here are your own. Stop using mine.
And then
I know, because I give those a lot to my husband. I got him like his own set of pliers when he kept stealing my for.
Dude, I am like this close for getting my own tool set and
Yeah.
like hiding it underneath my bed or something.
Yeah.
But anyways, and then the other gift that I got was a new iPad.
You did?
Yeah, and keep in mind that we have been saving for Christmas for quite some time. Because hello, I am me, and I am financially savvy. Or I claim to be financially savvy, with a husband who chooses not to be sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was actually really funny because I got my husband a new iPad for Christmas as well, and so we like pretty much got each other the exact same thing.
Did you know though?
No,
You didn't plan that? Wow.
no, and so we were really surprised. And when we found out that we were extending, we had to make a new contract for our cell phones. So iPhone 6, and I had a silver iPhone and he had a gold iPhone, and he got me a gold iPad and I got him a silver iPad, so we just switched. And
that's funny.
And so like now we're color coded.
Oh my gosh.
And but yeah, like I apparently didn't convince him very well, because I was letting him know prior to Christmas that I didn't need a new iPad. I had the iPad generation 2, and so it's been out for a couple of years now. Admittedly, I didn't have enough storage on it because it was only 16 gig, and I watch podcasts on my iPad. And I know, first world problems. But anyway, yeah, so I did not do a very good job convincing him that I did not need a new iPad, because apparently, in the same breath that I am trying to convince him that I didn't need a new iPad, I had an alert pop up saying I don't have any more storage.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't even store anything on mine, and I have that alert pop
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
They're pretty small storage.
But, yeah. So, I will find a new home for old electronics.
Nice.
But yeah, that was it.
All right. Well, since I'm just gonna mention one more thing, since we're talking non-fiber stuff as well. My husband got me a Vitamix blender. I didn't.
By the way, he told me that he got this Vitamix printer last time we recorded.
Yeah.
And he was very secretive about it because he wanted to know, wanted to have everybody else know that he got her a Vitamix blender before she knew.
It's really funny because
he's kind of evil.
yeah, I mean, I didn't ask for a Vitamix blender, and I didn't actually know the. I mean, I'd heard of them, and I knew they were fancy blenders, and that they're pretty expensive. But I didn't really know like any of the special things that it can do. And I have to admit, I am a little bit blown away by the fact that it'll like
make soup.
It will heat up soup for you if you want it to. Like, you can make smoothies and cold things just fine in it. But if you leave it on long enough with, say, broccoli and onions and cheese and a little bit of milk or something, then you end up with broccoli cheese soup. And that is the first thing that I didn't use it at first. I think it's one of those gifts like you buy it. He bought it for me, but I think
it's reality for him.
Yeah. No, but it is really cool. And so he was the one that used it first, and he made broccoli cheese soup in it, and it was actually very delicious. I have to admit. So anyway,
I wonder if he got it when they had that Vitamix demonstration.
They did. He told me. He was with his they had like a Vitamix
demonstration in the
demo
exchange.
at the store on base, and apparently that was a really good demo because like he was with like 5 of his buddies, and they all ended up with one, and another one of his friends came over, and of course he knew that he had gotten it for me, and he asked if I used it yet, and then he insisted on like making a smoothie. I don't know, these boys are like all about this Vitamix blender. It's really funny, but it's a very nice blender, so I just thought I'd mention that.
Okay, I think we better stop now.
I know. Okay, I'm sorry. I probably should have just kept my mouth shut. But on that note, I think we're
done.
Yes.
Yep. We hope that you had a very lovely Christmas if you celebrate Christmas.
Yes.
Or we hope also if you celebrate any holiday during this time that you had a very lovely holiday.
Yes, and a Happy New Year.
And
as
a very
well.
Happy New Year. So that it's coming up here, and I don't know about you, but I have 2 bottles of wine waiting for me. But not you.
Damn, I know. I gotta wait.
But anyways, thank you so much, and have a great week.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye.